Last video, we unfortunately got knocked out of the Champions League playoffs, which now means we are going to be playing in the Europa League. And that's what we'll be showing today, alongside a huge league match away against our rivals Rangers. If we can win both of them games, the season will be off to a very strong start. We've also had deadline day been and gone. We've had more transfer window updates. So let's run the intro and get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here. Welcome back to the Aberdeen series. Hope you're doing great today. In this video, we'll be playing Slavia Prague in the Europa League. It's our first match in the league phase, and I'll tell you all of the games that we've got drawn out in that section as well. We've also got a league match against Rangers at home, and we're currently the only side in the league to have won all 5 games so far, so we're potentially on for a title push. We've had deadline day pass, we've had a few updates in terms of squad harmony and issues along that line, so we'll get all into that in a second. But first, as always, I'm going to ask you guys to smash that like button, give it a press. It only takes a few seconds and it really helps in terms of the video performance. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed by now, then hit that button for us as we close in on 15,000 subs, and drop a comment down below. I'll read all of them and get back to as many as I can, and at some point I will get back to your comment. It's just taking me a little while at the minute. But yes, 2 very big games today. We've already had 5 games of the league season pass, and we are doing really well actually. The whole squad is performing quite nicely. If we have a look at our schedule, yes, we did draw to Marseille the last time we played them, but then we beat Queen's Park in the League Cup. We then beat Dundee United at home in the league, and St Mirren, as well as an away win against Hibs, where we were terrible in the first half but really kicked on in the second half. And our new signings are doing great, but it's the good old man Duke up front who is the one that carried us in that game, coming in off the bench and scoring twice and scoring 2 offside goals as well. He was brilliant last season, and it looks like he wants to continue that this year by scoring even more. Transfer listed at his own request, by the way, due to work permit issues, but I think he's now happy at the club, so I guess we can take this off and just let him chill. Yeah, there we go. Duke is back. He's not leaving anytime soon. Joris Gagnon also wanted to leave, but no one came in for him, so he's now happy to stay. But other than that, we didn't bring anyone else in. I did show you at the end of last episode that we were signing this man, Oscar Wilhelmsson. He's played a couple of times for us so far and scored in every match he's played in, both in the league and the cup. A very good average match rating. He's dominant in the air. I think all 3 goals that he scored have been headers, even though it doesn't look like he should be a massive aerial threat. He is 6'2", decent jumping reach and heading. I guess in this division, that's more than enough to score headers. But so far, we haven't seen too much in his ability outside of that. But he is scoring, and he is doing well. And he is also scoring for the under-21 Sweden side. So who knows, we might have a Swedish international striker on our hands going forward eventually, if he can make the move into that senior side. And we've also let one of our good youth prospects, Mike Wilson, go out on loan, and he's actually doing really well so far and could potentially be our right back next season, because Darnell Fisher maybe isn't as up to it this year as I thought he might be, constantly getting yellow cards and suspensions. He's 1 match away for a ban in the Europa League. He's apparently still banned for the FA Cup, which we're not in, which is strange. But yeah, this man loves a booking. He's terrible for it, to be honest. But we're going to have to make do with him this year, I think. But we still have £14 million in the transfer budget, 30,000 in the wage. We've got loads of money to spend. We're just not in a rush to spend it, really. I don't see the point in wasting it when I feel like we did our business. Of course, if all of that money had came in before I'd started doing the transfers, I would have completely changed the way that I did the transfer window. But instead, we've done what we have. We're not going to waste money we've already spent or disrupt squad harmony by buying more players that we can't really use. So we're just going to let that money sit there for now, and we'll use it maybe in January, or maybe just roll it over into next season. The training facilities are currently being upgraded as well. I need to upgrade those youth facilities too. But so far, the club is just progressing really nicely as a whole. 3 seasons in, we now look like we are a very strong side in the league, and hopefully we can get past into the Europa League knockouts, which would be awesome. We were in the Conference League knockouts last year, so if we can make Europa League this year, that's some good progress, I would say. We've been drawn against some fairly easy matchups, I'd say. Slavia Prague away will be tough. They are favourites, but then Apoel at home, Wolfsberger at home, we could win them. Olympiacos at home, we could win that match also. Malmo away, Gothenburg away. I feel like these are winnable games. Nice and Braga are our other 2 matches all the way in January. So we'll just see how we're getting on at this point. I feel like these two games today are going to be very hard. Two away matches, very close to each other, not too long after our game against Hibs either. And in terms of squad registration as well, League gets completely fine, but for the Europa League, it asked me to do my next section of squad registrations. I clicked the auto select thinking it would do it fine for me, but for some reason it left out Volomark and also Ibrahimovic, so we won't be seeing them in the league phase, which is a little bit annoying, but we're going to have to make do with that. And it's about time we get into this first game. There'll be two matches today, so I'm just going to get straight into it if I can. Here's the side that we're going to line up with against Slavia Prague. This is my focus as opposed to the Rangers game. I do want to do well in the league, but really I want to get off to a good start in the Europa League. We're going for Neverstich, Fischer, Caro and Beso, both of them doing well this year so far. Wilson, Esbrand, Ndor, Baron, McCory, Duke as the inverted winger on the right, Vinny and Wilhelmsen, who hopefully will help us get over the line here and keep scoring goals for us, because he does look like a good pickup so far, as does Ndor. All of the players that we've bought in the transfer window seem to be working out nicely, and we don't seem to be missing Fabrizio Diaz too much just yet, which is obviously a big bonus because that guy was a real talent. But we are underway, not too much going on just yet. They've lined up with a 4-2-3-1 formation, and so far possession in our favour, shots are slightly in our favour, and realistically, in this league phase, if you can win all of your home matches, you're looking pretty good. So these away games are almost little bonus matches. For God's sake, man. I was saying these away games are almost little bonus matches where if you can get some points, it's a bonus. Our new signing, our new striker, Wilhelmsen, just decided to two-foot someone 18 minutes in from behind. I mean, I thought he got the ball, to be honest, but he's been sent off. I mean, our new signing is now out of action. Oh, you couldn't write this stuff, could you? Right, we're just going to... the game's pretty much over now, isn't it? What else can we do? You know already, we don't do too much when we get a red card in this save. We kind of just let the game play out. I never like to change my mentality because I feel like it invites on pressure and whatnot. But that is just going to leave us in a real hole so far this game. And hopefully we can just make it through without a highlight and steal a 0-0 draw. And so far, to be honest, possession is in our favour as our chances. Slavia Prague don't seem to be coming onto us too heavy. But I'm sure as time goes on and they realise they are against 10 men, they'll start to play better. And there is the goal. No, it's just wide. We managed to make it out. It's a good volley shot. But it just goes wide of the post. I don't know if Neverstich had it. And the game is starting to ease towards Slavia Prague now in terms of possession and chances. But it's not by a crazy amount. I'm very happy with the way we're lined up currently, even though we are down to 10 men. Possession back in our favour now. It's just switching back and forth. Not too much happening in this game at all. Just a crazy red card that we're going to have to deal with now. But we'll just see how we can get on. And it looks like Slavia Prague are going to have another opportunity here. They've moved forward. It's Sevasic who is in. A big save from our Croatian in the net, Neverstich. But we have made it into half-time. Things aren't in a terrible situation. I can't really complain too much. And I'm just going to say, you've been unlucky so far. You've done nothing wrong. Keep going. We'll bring on some subs later on in the match. And this game's kind of a write-off at this point. We're just hoping that Slavia Prague don't convert any opportunities, don't get too aggressive with their attacking, and maybe we'll steal a draw out of this. But what was Wilhelmsen doing? I mean, like I said, I did actually think he got the ball, but he just had no need to go for that, and he just decided he wanted to crop someone, so fair play to him. The Swede is now suspended for our next couple of games, I would have thought, in the Europa League. Oh, no. Good goal, to be fair, from Jan Boril. Puts it in the top right. A bit of a mess up from our defence, if anything. It's not like they've done anything spectacular. And they do get that 1-0 advantage that was probably coming, to be fair. But I thought we had this when Darnell Fisher came to close down. He got a touch on it and then gave it away. Very annoying there, but it is a good finish, to be honest, to him. Carried it right into the top right. And you can kind of see I'm already a bit underwhelmed in this game. Just kind of think, oh, for God's sake, because why did we go for that tackle? But anyway, possession's still in our favour. XG still below 1 for Slavia Prague. It's not like we're getting battered, and there is still a chance for us if we can get a lucky breakaway goal, but I would imagine that goal that they've just scored has now killed our morale, killed our momentum, and maybe they'll start to add a few more. And there is your goal. Another error from our defenders. It looks like it was Beso this time. It's just been a game full of errors. Darnell Fisher for one. João Beso, it just appeared at the bottom of the screen, is being blamed for this goal. Looked like he had the ball cut out. It looked like he'd read it well. He was going to come in there and clear it, but he just doesn't get enough on it, and he ends up getting tackled. And it's not even a shot that ends up in the net. It's actually a tackle that ends up falling in. And now, yeah, it's looking like Slavia Prague are going to take advantage. Be a bit annoying if we... Oh, not another error, surely. It's Andres Caro this time, giving the ball away. He does win it back. But this Europa League, man, clearly it might be too much of a step up for some of these players in terms of mentality. Duke doing the best he can, chasing these balls down. But there's not really much of a chance that we're going to create any attacks here. It's just not working for us today since that sending off. But the highlight is still continuing. It's Darnell Fisher, long ball forward to Duke. Probably the best chance we've got of scoring a goal. He smacks it off of a defender. McCrory finds Barron. Barron finds Duke. Duke finishes. Was he onside or offside? I don't know. Looked like it was close either way. Hopefully this can be a goal because, you know, it was a very good finish from Duke. A man with low finishing, to be honest. For him to be able to put that in is quite impressive. And it has been awarded. Really incisive pass from Connor Barron as well, I must say. Just here when he brings it down from McCrory's pass. Yeah, brilliant left-footed ball. Duke does well, takes it perfectly. I was about to sub him off, to be honest, but I guess we leave him on now. And we keep going and hope that something can come of this. Substitutions-wise, though, we're going to bring off João Beso for Sevelic. We're then going to switch him around with Caro. We're going to bring off Darnell Fisher for Richardson and also get Jack McKenzie on at left-back. Ross McCrory's quite tired. We're going to switch him with Barron and then bring on Leighton Clarkson. And then Basusian for Forest, I think. Let's do that. I was considering bringing on Miofsky for Duke, but having Duke's pace potentially running onto balls over the top, that's how we're going to have to play this game, quite direct. We're going to have to keep him on just in case. But there is another highlight with 30 minutes to go. Chances are it's Slavia Prague scoring another, but you never know in a game like this. Maybe we'll somehow pull another goal back and make it 2-2. But after a little bit of an error in the midfield there, we've given the ball away, and it is going to be a goal for Yurasor, who's looked dangerous all game. It looked like we'd done enough to win the ball back there on the halfway line, and then we just gave it away yet again. Another error from our players. It just, you know, it's just one of them games today. Sherendor and Andres Caro kind of getting in each other's way, and then they were just a man over, an easy finish, and that's not really got too much to do with a red card either, because we're missing someone on the right wing, and there they just had a man over at left back, so no idea where our defenders were there. But overall, can't complain too much since that red. XG's been equal pretty much still. Possession has still been in our favour. Not quite worked today, but what can you do when a player gets sent off straight away? The fact that quite a lot of our guys do have high average match ratings go to show you that we haven't performed too badly considering the circumstances. So you did yourself proud. Let's move on. We'll try and win our next game against Apoel. But for now, we need to move on from that. Wilhelmsen gets a one-match ban. I'm not even going to appeal. We are going to fine him his wages. And João Beso is out for a few days. And we're now going to have a rotated side for our match against Rangers. So let's get to that. Okay, it is game day for the Rangers match. Just 2 matches today, not too many updates outside of that. But I thought I've got to show you the start of the Europa League campaign. In terms of the next episode after this, it might even be as far as January. I'll see how things go, whether there's any interesting updates. Maybe we'll be in a League Cup final or something like that, because I'd like to win some silverware this year. But here's the team that we're going for today. Neverstitch in goal, Darnell Fisher, Sevelic and Mason Hancock today, getting his first start in the league, I believe, for us. And he is playing against Rangers. I might have used him in a cup already, or maybe at left back in a league game, but this is his first time playing his preferred position. He was on loan last year, did a great job, and we'll be hoping he can do that for us. Joris Gagnon was suggested to be in there, but look at his most recent performances. Not great at all, and I don't feel like using him right now. Jack McKenzie is going to be playing at left back. Leighton Clarkson comes in, and the midfield is going to be Sherendor and Ibrahimovic, so a very young midfield there. Alan Forrest, Volomark and also Miofsky make up the rest of the team. We've got some tired players and also some players out of form, which are the reason why I've picked certain people in this game. But hopefully this team can potentially do enough to beat Rangers. It'll be very tough. Currently in this save, Rangers are a step below Celtic in terms of quality level, and we proved that last year by finishing above them in the league right at the death. But they are still a very strong side. A lot of players that would easily, I mean, all of their players probably would walk into our first 11. So we won't get ahead of ourselves. It is at the Ibrox as well, but it is quite a big rivalry match. So hopefully we can at least give them a good game here. And 20 minutes in or so, and not too much is going on. No chances. Possession is all Rangers. We don't seem to be playing very well, nor do we seem to be playing too awfully. It's kind of just a slow-burning game so far. But here is the first highlight, and it's Mason Hancock, the ball-playing defender, left-footed, something we've needed for a while. Hopefully he can be the solution and can save us money in the transfer market by having a homegrown solution to that issue. And James Forrest goes very close there. He's been good so far this year. Cuts in on that right foot, tries to bend it into the corner, but it doesn't quite work. But that is the best opportunity so far. Possession still very, very much in Rangers' favour. but they don't seem to be doing too much with it in terms of chances. So we're okay right now. No one playing particularly amazing or particularly poor just yet. And it's going to go all the way to half-time, I think, without any real highlight. There is one now, 42 minutes in. Shouldn't have said it, should I? And it is Rangers on the ball, with Kamara playing it forward to El Ghazi. El Ghazi finds Ioannis Hagi, who is through on goal. He's bearing down, and Neverstitch claims it well. And that is the biggest chance Rangers have had. And it looks like the only chance they're going to have in the second half. First half, should I say. But I shouldn't speak so soon, because there is another highlight just before the whistle's blown. But it's us on the ball this time, and it's Mason Hancock playing it to Jack McKenzie. Jack McKenzie with a long ball forward to Forrest. It is a good one, and Forrest does well with it. Can he put a good ball in for Miofsky? He tries. Bilal Toure gets there. Falls to Darnell Fisher, who loses out now to Glenn Kamara. And what looked like a guaranteed highlight for us is now turning into a highlight for Rangers after some poor play from Darnell Fisher yet again today. El Ghazi's in. El Ghazi takes a shot. El Ghazi scores. Very unfortunate there. They've countered from what looked to be a very good chance for us. It wasn't the best ball in from Alan Forrest, but Darnell Fisher, considering how good he was last year, with how bad he's playing recently and his suspension issues, we might have to look for a solution in January. I'm just not happy with the way he's playing. It might be that I'm just scapegoating him, but I don't know. Just not very happy with him. All of those cards annoy me, and then when you play bad on top of that, it's just not great, is it? And he is apparently only on a 6.5, which is better than a lot of our team, but you know what? I've got to pick someone to blame, so I'm going to blame him. I'm so angry right now. We're being embarrassed. That is all very true. In terms of possession, they're playing us off the park, and whilst they haven't created that many chances, we have done nothing in an attacking sense, and it might be time to change things up. But Hagi is going to try and get a goal for Rangers here. It's a good ball in, but Morelos heads it over. 60 minutes in, though, it's time to make some changes, and Darnell Fisher has got injured, so that's kind of solved that problem for us, I suppose. Because Jaden Richardson's not available today, Ross McCrory is our only option at right back. From there, we're going to have to change some other things about this team. We're going to bring on Vinny near the top. We're also going to take off Miofsky and bring on Duke. I'm also going to bring on Ryan Duncan, why not, just to give us some extra energy there. And then on top of that, I guess we could potentially move on Sevelic for Caro. That might be a bit too young of a centre-back partnership with Caro and Hancock, but I'm going to go for it anyway. We'll see what it can do for us. That's all 5 substitutes used. Hopefully, them fresh legs can give us a little bit of extra impetus, and we can just create that one chance we need to scrape a draw here. But it hasn't gone very well today, has it, to be honest? Here's Hagi, though. 20 minutes to go. He plays a long ball forward. Caro does manage to get his head to it, and we might be able to break away here. The ball is with Duke, and he has electric pace if he can use it. The camera angle is very strange right now, and he's played a long ball forward to Leighton Clarkson. Leighton Clarkson's in, and it's a brilliant strike and a brilliant goal from a very unlikely position. Leighton Clarkson, in his first season here when we had him on loan, was known for those kind of brilliant finishes. Then he stopped doing it in the second half of that first season. We decided not to bring him back in the second year. Now we've got him on a free. We're using him as that deep line playmaker, and he's taken his chance really well there. That was definitely not a goal-scoring opportunity, but he's managed to find the back of the net. The Aberdeen fans are jumping. It's 1-1 on the night, and we will take that, and we'll keep pushing, hopefully, for another goal. But a lot of that comes from Duke's power from that clearance at the start there. Because he is so pacey and so dangerous to the opposition, we could just leave him up from the corner. We managed to get the ball away, and his electric pace and strength meant that we could get in down that side. And with only 2 minutes to go, we might have just scraped a draw in a game where, let's be honest, we haven't been very good. But could we go for a win? Clarkson lays it off to McCrory instead of playing it into the box. Potentially the wrong decision, but McCrory does beat his man. Finds Ryan Duncan. We're playing it around quite well. Are we losing the ball? No, we've won it. It's Duke, and Duke scores. It's a brilliant ball in from Andres Caro. Duke takes a chance really well, actually, just to get the shot on target. Pretty poor from Matt Ryan in goal. At least I assume that's Matt Ryan, because it's a goalkeeper with the last name Ryan. But the ball came in there. Duke had found the space really well. He takes a shot, and to be honest, maybe there's not much the goalkeeper can do. It comes at him quick, and we might have just scraped a win at the death there, which is a brilliant result against our rivals Rangers. It also helps us in the league massively. We've came out with a win. The substitutes seem to have worked a treat. Andres Caro helping us out, and Duke getting a goal and an assist off the bench. Even though we've got Miofsky and that new Wilhelmsen, who obviously cost quite a lot of money, and they're both very talented players, it seems that Duke, whose only good attribute really is his pace, is just very good in the in-game engine, and he's scored yet again. I mean, look at this guy. He's good, don't get me wrong, but it's just that acceleration and pace that seems to be doing it for him, plus that strength. He is a physical beast, and he's gone on to do so well for us there, to create that chance and get us a result. And that now means we're 6 games in, 6 wins, and we're already pulling away by 4 points from Celtic. And there's a 7-point gap between us and Rangers, which is insane to have already. So we're very happy with that. I'll play loads of games off camera now, do the January transfer window, hopefully keep progressing through the cups in the Europa League, and I'll bring it back when we have something interesting to show. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's episode and that late winner. If you have, smash the like button for us, subscribe for more, but most of all, have a great day everyone, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.